What's going on, Star Wars fans? It's Prestige back with another Star Wars video. Now, I just went on Twitter and I guess we saw that we have some new books coming for 2022. It looks like Luke and Lando, Obi-Wan and Anakin, and more. So I'll just be kind of doing a little bit of a live reaction to this and see really, what's coming out and see if, they sound interesting. Because a lot of these Star Wars books have a lot of really good information in them. So I guess we'll hop in. So, new books. Star Wars Shadows of the Sith takes place after Return of the Jedi, finds Luke and Lando on a mission to locate Exegol. So that's kind of like a pre-Episode 9 type of thing, I guess. Brotherhood is Obi-Wan and Anakin amidst the Clone Wars. That might be interesting. Anakin's Rise to Jedi Knight. Star Wars Stories of a Jedi and Sith. A new Middle Age anthology features 10 acclaimed authors. Oh, okay, so that's kind of like Star Wars Visions then. And then Star Wars Padawan, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. All right, so let's see. I think they have some descriptions for some of this stuff. So this one is Shadows of the Sith. So this is the Luke and Lando one. So the Empire is dead nearly 2 decades on the Battle of Endor. The tattered remains of Palpatine's forces had fled to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Here's a Republic, danger, loss, every percent. Luke is haunted by visions of the dark side, foretelling an ominous secret growing somewhere in the depths of space on a dead world called Exegol. The service of the Force is undeniable, and Luke's worst fears are confirmed when his old friend Lando Calrissian comes to reports of a new Sith menace. Ochi's true motives are shrouded to Luke and Lando for the Junkyard Moon. Yeah, so this is kind of just like the filling in a gap, I would say, between like Episode 9. Which I mean, I guess it's fine. Like, if you're kind of like into that, like, probably for me, like, I don't know if I'm really gonna. Episode 9 to me was like all over the place, so I mean, it might be interesting. Like, it might have some interesting info, like, especially kind of like after, Return of the Jedi, but we'll kind of have to see how they do it. I mean, it comes out June 20th, 2022, so all these are like next year, so it's gonna be a little bit. All right, Brotherhood. This is the Anakin Skywalker one, right? Yep. The Clone Wars has begun. The battle lines are drawn throughout the galaxy. Every world joins the Separatists, the peace guarded by the Jedi Order slipping through their fingers. And oh, no way. Catademornia. We don't talk about that. We don't talk that doesn't count. Trade Federation. The Republic is blamed for the fragile neutrality of the planet's threatened. And they dispatch Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the Order's most gifted diplomatic minds. As Obi-Wan investigates, he finds himself working against the Separatists, Taj Ventress, kind of skimming through these. Amidst the brewing chaos, Anakin Skywalker rises to Jedi Knight. Despite the mandate of Obi-Wan Kenobi to travel alone as his former master means. Oh, okay, so basically Anakin's kind of going to show up and save him. Equal but uncertain footing with the mate raised them. The lingering friction between them is increasing for everyone around them. The two knights must learn a new way to work together. Quickly learn to save Caden and Moria, its people from. I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I think, like, especially we kind of get this little meme filled in. I think that's gonna be really interesting. This is one I'm actually kind of like. I think I would definitely get, and I'm looking forward to. Kind of like the relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, because kind of the thing, like, I would say one of the biggest gaps is like episode 2. You like, there's kind of infighting. Like, it might just be because Anakin's trying to, show off for Padme and stuff, but like there's definitely some sort of tension. And I mean, I think like this carrying over to a book and kind of explaining how they kind of work through like some of that stuff, I mean, I think it's really interesting. Like, that's definitely going to be something I'd be interested in checking out. Yeah. Yeah, definitely really. I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty good. All right, Star Wars. So this is kind of like the yeah, all the author. Yeah, there's not too much details from here. This is like the 10 author thing, so it's kind of similar to Visions. Devious Sith, these heroic villains embody the struggle between light and the dark in the very heart of Star Wars. In this middle grade anthology, 10 acclaimed authors, all new tales from the saga's most popular characters from Luke to Darth Vader to from Obi-Wan to Ventress, and beyond with beautiful spot illustrations. Yeah, I mean, this sounds pretty cool. Like, I kind of like the way, like, I mean, Star Wars Visions was pretty cool to me, but like doing it with like established characters, we'll kind of see how they have to do it. Like, I mean, we could get some interesting stories. So, I mean, this is another, interesting book, I would say. And Padawan, I think, is going to be a really big one. Um, Obi-Wan Kenobi struggles with his place in the Force as a Padawan. Because Obi-Wan was one of the Jedi that had the lowest midichlorian count, so he was somebody who really had to work and really work hard for him to really establish himself as a Jedi. I would say. So this is going to be interesting, especially like Qui-Gon Jinn, who I think's one of my personal favorite characters, and I think he's really underrated. So I mean, definitely getting more Qui-Gon's really cool to me. Obi-Wan really wants to be a good Padawan, the best Padawan even, but the feeling of more and more impossible this new Master Qui-Gon Jinn. All Obi-Wan's friends are training to be real Jedi, getting missions while he's on Coruscant practicing his forms in silent. Ever since Qui-Gon Jinn's former Master Dooku left the Order, it feels like Qui-Gon is too busy trying to connect with the Force, arguing with the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan finally convinces Qui-Gon to take him on a mission to a remote world by the ancient Jedi. Master doesn't show up until the morning they leave, so Obi-Wan impulsively takes off, arriving at the planet where he encounters a group of teenagers with no adult supervision. We're connected to the Force. Obi-Wan joins their daring adventures, but the Padawan side of him keeps questioning the teens' strange relationship to the Force. Obi-Wan will test the limits of his relationship to the Jedi and the Force in exciting. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's going to be interesting. Because we know early on, I think from the Master and the Apprentice book, which Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, their relationship didn't really get off to a good start. Was the thing. Like, it wasn't all, sunshine and roses, but I mean, anything to kind of explore that, I think is pretty cool. Like, that's definitely like a really cool thing. I'm excited for it. I would say Padawan and Brotherhood are the two that I'm probably the most interested in. That I think really sound interesting to me because, as you can probably tell from a lot of my videos, I really like the prequel era. I like the Clone Wars. Like that's really like my little niche thing. Like I love that stuff. Like, and I think that stuff's really cool. I think the episode like this kind of one could be pretty cool as well. Um, like it kind of like ties some stuff into episode 9, I guess, but it kind of I think it'll show a lot of kind of like what happens after like the Empire, which is definitely like I think an interesting time period. And I mean that's gonna be pretty. I mean it'll be interesting, I would say. Kind of see what happens, and then I mean this one I think is gonna be pretty cool. So I mean all these sound like pretty good. Like I'm gonna be. I mean I might be biased, but like because big Star Wars fan, but like I mean I would say if I had to rank them, I would say Brotherhood to me is one, Padawan's two, Stories of Jedi and Sith is probably three, and this one's probably gonna end up being four. But I mean, I don't know. It's not like I'm like, oh, this one sounds terrible, but I mean, we'll kind of see how they do it because I mean, with a lot of fans like treading around like the sequel trilogy is kind of light water. So I mean, we'll have to see how they do it. But let me know if you're excited for any of these books. I definitely am. I'll definitely be picking up at least two of these, I would say, and try to make videos on them next year. But yeah, let me know what you guys think if you're excited for any of these books. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.